So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Check. Lucky. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, 37 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams all tied after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Diggs has it. Oh, he sheds himself free. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 74 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
There we go. Mike 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
First down, Dallas.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin. 36 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 62 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me.
To throw, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Nice catch there by Irv Smith, and good to see him using his hands. Charles, did you get a chance to see Irv's helmet catch that made the rounds on the internet?
I didn't.
Well, you're going to have to look that one up. I mean, you have to see this. If you thought David Tyree's catch in the Super Bowl was a good one, yeah, wait till you get a glimpse of this.
And to think that I evaluated him coming out of Alabama strictly on his ability to catch the ball with his hands.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Prescott to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw is Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Draw play, Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 43 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll run for it with Cook. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Cousins. And that is going to be incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. And he fires one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man inside the 35-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now a play fake here on first down. Touchdown, Vikings! Stephon Diggs, 33 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, nice move. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. To try again after the sack. Cousins, incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's Cousins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Trying to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right. And Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round is pretty defensively minded.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, it gets it over the middle to Cobb. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. He's going to walk one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly.
Stephon Diggs. He's at the 50, the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down, Dallas.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott dancing to his left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go, 40, 26.
Prescott now from the 50. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now Elliott. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Here's Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run it with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for it with Morris. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Play action now. Cousins. Smith catches left side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Cousins throw complete to Thielen, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Back to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. He'll look to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He's back to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run with Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
That's caught at the 2. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So a big kick coming now for Dan Bailey. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Bailey able to knock it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they... Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be 1 kneel and then handshakes. Following the interception, Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.